SummerSlam Night 1 2025 is officially in the books, and it ended in the craziest way possible. But before we get into it, let's cover everything that went down in the Night 1. This is Sportskeeda Wrestling. I'm Kevin Kelm. This is the best and worst of Night 1 2025 of SummerSlam. What did you think of it? Get in the comments below and hit the like button, subscribe, and sound off. In terms of the crowd, it could have been better in terms of an audio perspective of how the open-air MetLife Stadium capacity audience in attendance was recorded. They were there, but it didn't feel like their reactions stuck with the entire broadcast of the show. It wasn't as bad as WrestleMania 41, where that sound just goes out into the clouds. Another qualm that won't be getting on our best and worst list is the incredible increase in advertisements present in the modern premium presentation of live streaming events from WWE. It's not like ads for premium live events are a new thing. We've gotten used to them, but does anyone else get the feeling that something else is just, off about the number of ads that WWE is putting out there? It is a sign of how hot the product is. It's crazy when a fan seat upgrade becomes an advertisement itself, but that's part of entertainment. Everything is a commodity, and everything can be sold on the show. In terms of the overall length of the show, it seemed like perfectly fine, but time utilization for one specific match left something to be desired. We'll get to that. So without dragging it out much further, let's dive deep into the card itself. The first best thing we saw on SummerSlam, the Allies of Convenience triumph. Charlotte Flair has found a new lease on life in her WWE career, and it seems like she's going through a little bit of an existential crisis, a phase of transition after losing the big one to Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania 41 back in the spring. But few knew that her combining her powers with 5 feet of gothic fury and Alexa Bliss is where it would go, and that Alexa would kind of rescue her. And rescue is indeed the right word, as that is exactly what Alexa Bliss has done to revive Charlotte Flair's character, which is still entering this new phase. Right now, Charlotte is the most likable she has been in quite some time, and that's after feeling completely stepped away from the world title picture and allowing younger stars to take center stage, while she also came back from a severe leg injury at the Royal Rumble, where she won, and those same fans wanted to claim Nepo baby stuff, but this is still Charlotte Flair. Since Charlotte Flair has literally done almost everything there is to achieve within the WWE and help elevate women's wrestling as a whole, there are only a few more goals for her, which include the new Women's United States Championship, as well as the new Women's Intercontinental title. While all those will come probably, yeah. There is no rush for her at that point. So something interesting is the combination of Bliss and Flair, and they killed it at SummerSlam to become the new women's tag team champions. A special shout out to Raquel Rodriguez in this match as well, who's been nothing short of incredible in the last month or so since Liv Morgan of the Judgment Day went down with an injury. Raquel Rodriguez in that faction has taken the advice of WWE Hall of Famer Kevin Nash. While Morgan's injury unintentionally worked in the favor of Raquel getting more TV time, it was the advice of the towering Kevin Nash to have the much taller Raquel Rodriguez, taller than most people on the women's roster, to work big. Everything Raquel has done has been incredible, and the Allies of Convenience being the new tag team champions simply feels right. Now the first worst thing we want to talk about on SummerSlam, Killing Cross. Internet know-nothings will claim that Karrion Kross needs to wrestle a better working style inside the match. Whatever, but it still seems counterintuitive to have him lose to Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is bulletproof. He is Sami Zayn. Fans will love him no matter what. Him losing would have been fine. He would have been able to get past that. But with the rumors afloat of Karrion Kross's contract status and everyone thinking maybe he could be out the door, well, that's just speculation. It kills Karrion Kross's momentum. His character was red hot coming out of WrestleMania with the things he was doing online and the reactions he was getting, so having him lose, I just don't know. Another one of the best things we saw on the show, Jelly Roll proves that he belongs. Jelly Roll, one of the most popular musical artists in the world, is going to be up there with the modern celebrity-turned-wrestler ranks of Logan Paul and Bad Bunny. Yeah, he took this seriously, he trained hard, and it was obvious. He wasn't flashy like Bad Bunny. He certainly isn't as athletically gifted as Logan Paul, who wrestles very actively in comparison to the other two names. But what he did have was an abundance of heart and guts. They highlighted his strengths, his size, and gave him things that he could do that felt impressive, especially as an amateur who's stepping into a pro wrestling ring to entertain the masses who were expecting him to make some type of mistake. Jelly Roll made it clear just how much he respected pro wrestling as an art form, and we imagine that such respect only amplified him when he actually got into the ring and started training. To his credit, he is in there with Randy Orton, whose kind words and encouragement turned out to be true when the Viper claimed that he had never seen anybody work as hard as Jelly Roll to get into the ring and take it on in this way. Jelly Roll's willingness to do the work, it really shined through, and the fact that he was so present in the match involving legendary names like Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton says a lot. His willingness to take a bump and a splash through a table like he did, his willingness to get pinned, is a highlight of just how incredible he really is and how selfless he is as a person. This is a celebrity who didn't mind coming into a WWE ring to lose and get beat up. We have a feeling that after Logan Paul pinned Jelly Roll, it won't be the last time we see the country rapping superstar in the ring. Instead, we expect him to pick up where he left off with Logan Paul at some point in the future. What do you think? Do you want more Jelly Roll? Let us know in the comments below. Another one of the worst, one of the more underwhelming things on the show. Has the storm been put out? Jade Cargill defeated Naomi in 2 incredible matches at WrestleMania and the All-Women's Evolution Supercard. She won the Queen of the Ring tournament, where she defeated one of the most decorated superstars of her time in Asuka, and set up this SummerSlam revenge match, only to lose clean in 7 minutes. Many fans sensed that something was off with the WWE Women's title match, since the finish seemed a bit rushed. Pacing sometimes in these big-time matches is such a pressure cooker. However, that may not have been the case, as looking through her match times on cagematch.net, a great wrestling resource by the way, it'll show you that WWE has kept her matches relatively short. Less is more. Highlight someone's strengths, lowlight their weaknesses. The longest bouts that she's had in WWE since the Queen of the Ring qualifiers were against Roxanne Perez and her Evolution match against Naomi. Neither match passed the 11.5 minute mark, and most of her matches tend to stick to the 8 or 9 minute mark. That isn't to say that you can't have a great match in 8 to 9 minutes, but looking at all of this, something is coming together. Since this is such a crucial stage in Jade's career, doesn't it make sense to test the waters and let her have a longer bout? We get the concern, but Cargill didn't look like she couldn't go another few minutes. The abrupt ending aside, the worst part is this truly is the fallout of the match after this outcome. Jade as the WWE Women's Champion would have been a big refresh to look forward to after a big win here. But now that Tiffany Stratton is still champion, then what? It feels like the SmackDown Women's division has a bit of a stale taste. Needs some electrocution, some fresh takes. With Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss as the tag team division champs, there needs to be new blood to change and make things, refreshing. This could lead to fans starting to maybe get sick of Tiffy time. Is that time up? That's another conversation. One of the other best things we saw on the show, Seth Rollins, the work he put in, and the ruse of the century. Yes, CM Punk had his moment in the sun and the shadow of New York City, his first world championship in WWE since his iconic 434-day reign as the WWE champion. A redemptive moment, full circle for his return tour to WWE. That was over 5,000 days ago when he won the title from Alberto Del Rio. And it's a completely different WWE, it's a completely different CM Punk. This time he had Gunther to face, and the Ring General wasn't hesitant to show him that there were levels to this game, and that the years pay a price on an older, more battered CM Punk. With that said, CM Punk continued to deliver and fought an all-out war to finally become world champion again. And then it happened. We know some of you were predicting this, but it was pulled off very well. That moment that you expected still remained unsure until it happened. The way everything was handled was nothing short of a masterclass in entertainment and a twisting curve. Yes, Seth Rollins walked out in a brace and crutches, and it seemed to be one of those warning moments where WWE teases a future cash-in. Ooh, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you. And then Seth Rollins turned around, dropped his crutches, removed his leg brace, and stormed to the ring to set up his cash-in. And just like that, we have another new World Heavyweight Champion. Seth Rollins taking advantage of a depleted CM Punk to become the new World Champion just minutes and moments after he finally got it. The world title reigns have been short this year on Raw, but effective for storylines. And it sets up CM Punk to start going and chasing the world title now in a revenge pursuit of Seth Rollins, who we have seen he has no love for. These guys despise each other, and this gives a whole nother level to their story. It is a moment of storytelling masterclass. All of you claiming there is no good stories in WWE are not seeing what was done here. You cannot look past this. Yeah, it is just 5 minutes into him having the world title, and he gets knocked off his moment of glory. Heck, if we're CM Punk, we'd probably just take the title and get out of there, but that's not this CM Punk. He's going to be a fighting champion even if he has the title for 5 minutes. It wasn't the most unpredictable outcome, but stop claiming that things that are predictable are bad when they're done so well. This was done so well. One of the worst things was this, the least interesting, maybe even most meaningless Roman Reigns match in 10 years? Don't get us wrong, Roman Reigns killed it at SummerSlam. He came out, he was feeling it, tag teaming with his cousin Jey Uso to take on the threat of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, the goons, at the side of his now former manager, Paul Heyman. But this is Roman Reigns, bumping around like he hardly had before, getting sent through the barricade, having the Undertaker WrestleMania 25-like moment with the dive, spearing Braun Breaker through the barricade, getting wiped out by Braun Breaker, and then taking the bullet for Jey Uso. That's an interesting twist. That was cool. That wasn't the worst thing of the night. It lends itself to something down the line. It wasn't unlike anything we'd ever seen, though. This is an advancement for Braun Breaker and an advancement for Bronson Reed to be in there with Roman, but Roman taking the bullet for someone else is interesting. I'll give him that. It lends itself. It was more of an elaborate angle within a very crazy match. The only problem is the outcome itself, and the match turned out to be kind of just a one-off on a big show. A one-off to get Jey Uso in the ring with Roman Reigns, get Roman Reigns on the show, and have him play a supporting role, which is surprising since he's such a big star. But the Tribal Chief has always been in some of the most important matches on SummerSlams, especially in the past few years. This match, in comparison to what we've seen him do on other SummerSlams and other premium live events, just didn't have that oomph, right? In this decade, Roman Reigns has essentially been Mr. SummerSlam. In 2020, he made his return and presented the Tribal Chief thing. The Bloodline arc began. The following year, he redeemed a ghost of his past when he faced John Cena in the main event of SummerSlam as fans came back to live events. And then he was confronted by a returning Brock Lesnar. That was a big deal. In 2022, his storied rivalry with Brock Lesnar came to a close in the best match of the rivalry in the last 7 years. They almost flipped a ring with a bulldozer or something. It was nuts. I was there. In 2023, he defeated Jey Uso in a very interesting, shocking main event that some people think wasn't that great, but it was alright. And in 2024, he made his long-awaited return for the first time since losing the title at WrestleMania 40. Roman Reigns has played a big role in every SummerSlam in the past few years. This just felt less important in comparison to the matches he's had since about 2015, where he teamed up with a man then known as Jon Moxley to defeat the late duo of Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. There's no story for Roman Reigns beyond him showing some level of vulnerability, that he isn't just, oh, I'm above everything. No, I'm actually going to help somebody out. That's compelling. We expect that he's going to be absent and go on and film the Street Fighter movie. Is this the way to get him off the show? I don't know. Maybe he really could have been laid out in a much more significant fashion. Still, we wonder what the point is if Roman Reigns doesn't have a big marquee matchup. Maybe that's just the expectation that's been built in our heads by WWE and Roman as a player within the entire roster. It felt like a bit of a glorified filler match. I know that's a reach. We're taking the tweezers out. It wasn't the absolute worst thing on the show, but still, like we said, considering his past. And love for Jey Uso. Love for everybody else in this match. It just felt like maybe Roman Reigns could have done something else. Let us know if we're wrong in the comments below. What did you think of SummerSlam Night 1? Whether you agree or disagree with our assessments, what was your best part of the show? And what was your worst part of the show? Sound off, and as always, thank you for watching, and check out our other deep dive wrestling videos on our channel. We got a lot of them. Check them out.